We all know that AI coding is a remarkable tool in this day and age, but when it comes to generating front ends, there's always a big problem. Most AI generated UIs end up looking the same with basic components, generic layouts, and very little creativity. On top of that, we're asking coding agents to decide what to build and build it at the same time. Design decisions get made on the fly, they get buried in deep code, as well as making it impossible to change without starting over. There's no spec, there's no shared understanding, and no single source of truth for what done actually looks like. And the result? UIs just feel generated, not designed. That's why today I want to introduce a solution to this problem, and it's called Design OS. Design OS is the missing design process between your product idea and your code base. It is a product planning design tool that helps you define your product vision, structures your data model, as well as designing the UI intentionally. And with this, you're going to be able to export production ready components for implementation. So instead of just jumping straight into code, Design OS is going to walk you through a guided design process that captures what you're building and why you're building it before a single line of code is written. By the time your coding agent gets involved, it's no longer guessing, it has full clarity, it has structure, and clear definition of success. This is just a sample of something that I created with Design OS. It fixes one of the biggest problems in AI driven development and how you can build beautiful UIs that actually feel something that was designed and that has quality to it. Here is another example of Design OS separating design thinking from coding. And this is where it is forcing the agent to actually implement designs that are based off of the prompt that you give it. It prevents AI just guessing UI while coding. It is going to be able to generate quality, which you can see with this response. Now, may not seem like a lot, but it has the integrity to produce sites that feel authored and not just assembled by AI. Here is another demo where I simply sent in the same prompt to both the Gemini 3.0 as well as the Claude 4.5 Opus. And this is something that was generated with the Gemini 3.0, powered by the Design OS. And you can see how impressive this generation is. It is interactive. It added really cool components that made this app really impressive. This is due to its ability to force motion first thinking. It is able to use the Design OS thinking process to get the best output for this generation. And this is something that was generated with the 3.0, and this is something that was generated with the Opus 4.5, which does look also really great. And it also does have a great job with that motion first thinking implementation with this landing page. So you can clearly see that the output that you can get from this sort of generation is going to be really impressive with the Design OS framework powering your models. Before we get started, I just want to mention that you should definitely go ahead and subscribe to the World of AI newsletter. I'm constantly posting different newsletters on a weekly basis, so this is where you can easily get up-to-date knowledge about what is happening in the AI space. So definitely go ahead and subscribe as this is completely for free. So to get started, you're going to need to have a couple of prerequisites. You're going to need to make sure that you have Node.js installed, version 18 or higher. Make sure you also have npm. It is going to come with Node.js if you do not have it. And you're also going to need an AI coding agent. What is recommended is to use Cloud Code with Design OS because you can use various sorts of slash commands. And that is something that I'm personally going to be using for this demo. And it's super simple to set up, which I'll showcase. And just very quickly, Design OS is obviously the tool that we're going to be using to help us design our product. But to understand how it works, it is pretty interesting. It is similar to something like OpenSpec or any spec driven development tool, but more inclined for a focus to develop better front ends or UI components. Design OS is going to help you plan and design your product step by step in a similar manner like you would with BMAD or with spec driven development frameworks. And it is going to help you before any code is actually written. You will essentially work in this four-step process where you work with the AI to define the product, design the UI with it, and then structure the data, then export a clear handoff to your coding agent so that it could build it effortlessly. And it's really simple to get this started. So To get started, what we can do is simply go ahead and open up our terminal and make sure you have Claude installed already. It is really easy to install if you do not have it. But once that is installed, you're going to need Git to clone this repository. So simply go ahead and copy this. Then you can rename it or replace the My Project Design folder with whatever you want your design workspace to be. I'm just going to simply keep this the same. And what we're going to do is after it finishes cloning, we're going to head over into that project design repository. Then you want to use the git remote remove origin command. And this is essentially going to help you remove the local instance so that now it is ready to use. Then you can use the npm install command to install all the dependencies. This will take a couple of seconds, but once that is finished, you can then run the dev server. And then you can start this up within your local host so that you can use a UI to help you interact with your coding agent. So we can head over to this local host and we'll keep this on standby because we're going to need to open up Cloud Code. So within that same directory, that same project directory that you had named or kept the same like me, make sure you start Cloud Code within that directory. So I have Claude now running and I also have my local host running with Design OS. And what we can do now is we can head over to this because we're going to start developing the UI that we want this OS to help us work with. So what we can do is use the product vision command. This is where we're going to define our product. What, like I had mentioned, you first start off with that first phase where you describe all of the aspects of what you want your product to be developed with Design OS's framework. And it's really simple. You can just paste in this and you can see that this plugin or that project has been now installed. So then you can use that command and you're going to be able to now interact with this localhost directly from Claude. So you can see that it is asking me what you're building, share any notes, ideas, and thoughts you may have. What problems are you trying to solve? And essentially, you want to be as descriptive as possible. Also, you can save this as your own template with the following command so that you can use it for future projects. So, what I'm going to be doing is building a live interface dashboard. And essentially, this is a front end development toolkit that I'm going to have this Design OS framework help me create. And the reason why is because usually whenever I create dashboards with AI, they tend to be pretty laggy. They don't tend to have all the components fully generated as it's focusing on juggling two different aspects, coding and designing. This is where I wanted to thoroughly focus on designing an interactive dashboard that actually performs the way I want it to. So you can see from this prompt how detailed it is, where I'm telling it that I wanted to also preview live animations of me interacting with this interface where I'm creating various sorts of components and adding in motion parameters, things like typography, as well as border radius scaling. So you can see from here that after it takes in my product vision, it is going to ask me a couple of follow-up questions. Now here you have a couple of options. After it has processed my vision, this is where it's going to ask me a couple of things regarding the primary flow, like the hero feature, export format, and this is where you can either start from scratch, then build token systems, preview it, and then export it. Or you can use these other options where you can build out an experimental playground, iterate rapidly, and then export the winners. But what I'm going to be doing is using option one because I believe that is the best one. So what we can do is click enter. For the hero features, we're going to also have live ease and curve editor. And then you can have whatever export format that you would like. So you can enable multiple in this case. So that is something that you can also do. Afterwards, you can submit your answers. And what we can now do is have it work on this new detailed plan for us. Then it will provide you a refined vision. And if it meets your needs, you can then tell it to continue forward. So this is where we're going to have it now create the product overview. And it is going to now work on displaying that directly within our local host. So it works directly with Design OS to give you a good preview of certain problems or solutions, and it will give you a visualization of the roadmap as to how it will build this out. Now, I don't want to bore you with each and every command that I'm going to be running, but essentially you have the four phases like I had mentioned. You can then run the data model where you can define the core entities and the relationship, then the design structure, as well as the selection. This is where you're going to break down your product into the development sessions. And then lastly, you can export it and then use this as a way to help you get a familiar idea of what you had created and refine everything once it has been fully constructed. Now, before I showcase the final phases, all of them completed, this is something that is pretty important. because once you have your main product definition set, you're going to have individual sections within the roadmap. Now, within this, you're going to be able to see that there's multiple phases, and that is the beauty of Design OS. It meticulously works on individual steps, individual components to fully code out, rather than just having an AI work on generating full on code for an overall functional app. This is where it spends its time to generate qualitative components like defining the user flow and UI requirements, creating the sample data, a realistic sample data for the screen designs that we're going to be playing around with and morphing within our dashboard, and a couple of other things. So essentially, this is a spec driven development flow that will help us individually code out all the components properly. And just like that, we have our interactive live interface dashboard where we can actually tweak around with various sorts of components to get the best generation of a UI. And this is an app plus a user interface that was fully constructed using Design OS with the Opus 4.5. And I'll showcase also what I generated with the Gemini 3.0 with this exact same prompt with the Design OS framework. But essentially, this is where we have an interactive framework or a dashboard that we can work with to showcase different sorts of live previews of how our components would look with different color schemes, with a different hue, or with different sorts of typographies. In essence, I am definitely impressed to see the quality of output thanks to Design OS instructing the model to properly configure each component with animations to different sorts of small aspects that make this app really great. With that exact same prompt sent into the Gemini 3.0 with Design OS operating and functioning through developing all of the components, this is the output of that live interface labs app. Now, this is something that adds in new sorts of features that we wouldn't see with the other one, where you can actually generate a full on demo system that allows you to tweak different components, and you can actually play around with quick themes like a marketing theme or something like brutalist, or you can change it to a cyberpunk theme. This is going to give you a lot of flexibility to change different sorts of components, and you can also play with the motion settings like you would with the previous one to add in more depth and more features to make this better. If you like this video and would love to support the channel, you can consider donating to my channel through the super thanks option below. Or you can consider joining our private Discord where you can access multiple subscriptions to different AI tools for free on a monthly basis, plus daily AI news and exclusive content, plus a lot more. But that's basically it, guys, for today's video on Design OS. Think of this as a spec-driven development workflow built specifically for designing with AI. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video and got some sort of value. You can obviously combine this with other tools to make this even better. Maybe even using this with something like anti-gravity to make it fully free. But that is just my 2 cents. I'll leave all these links in the description below, but make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the second channel, join our newsletter, join the Discord, follow me on Twitter, and lastly, make sure you guys subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like this video, and please take a look at our previous videos so that you can stay up to date with whatever is happening in the world of AI. But with that thought, guys, have an amazing day, spread positivity, and I'll see you guys fairly shortly. Peace out, fellas.